everyone, I'm Belle and I blog at bellandberries.com. So this video is, like the title says, my worst nightmare is an INFP, which I happen to be, which I had actually like recently. So yeah, I'm not great at making videos, so let's just get started. Now, as an INFP, it's very important, at least in my experience and with my thoughts, to appear as a certain type of person in front of certain types of people. So I have a lot of masks that I wear. One's in front of my friends, one's in front of my family, and one's in front of just strangers. So I always have this sort of facade where little pieces of the real me is inside of each of these masks, but it's not all of the real me. Now, this nightmare that I had, it just like happened recently over my winter break from college, and it was honestly not exactly the most comforting one. As I explained in my blog post, which I'll link down below in the description if you're a reader instead of a watcher, I basically was just in a dark room. Couldn't really describe the room. I was surrounded by pretty much everyone that I knew, even some strangers that I probably had met once or twice. And well, they were all just looking at me like in just like, ugh, like what is wrong with this person? They're not like how I thought they were, all those kind of things. Even though I couldn't hear them, I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I could feel it somehow. I could tell, and it just was not comfortable at all. And I'm just like screaming, but I know they can't hear me, like screaming at them that this isn't really me, like it's not my fault, it's just how life is, you know, those kind of things. So yeah, needless to say, I didn't exactly wake up the best, but it is what it is. Also, sorry about the air sound. The AC heat thing just came on and I have no control over it, so college life, dorm life, yeah. But anyway, getting back onto topic, it wasn't exactly the most comforting thing to wake up to, so I wrote it down as quick as possible inside of my phone, and which I usually do with some dreams that I have that like really shook me, because your dreams are like telling you a little bit something about what you're thinking or what's your priority. So I figured I can't have this scare me for the rest of my life. So what are some things that I can like do to prevent this fear from becoming reality in a sense? So I figured there'd be three very broad, which I'd have to break down into smaller goals, obviously, because you can't just make a goal and then say I'll do it, because that's not how goals work. You have to make a plan. But three main goals to work towards that larger goal of being the me I really am in front of everyone, and not feeling, you know, ashamed about it or feeling like someone's going to reject me. So goal number one is being honest with myself. I have a tendency of being always in denial about a lot of things that I shouldn't be and should really be dealt with right now, but apparently I just think, nah, I'm just gonna just push it off to the side until it creeps up again. So yeah, the way I can do that is just, for one, when I'm going into my counseling sessions while I'm at college, being truthful, which I most certainly am most of the times, but like being forefront with it, like this is what I want to talk about right now. The other stuff can kind of wait a little bit because that's just like catching up, and you know, I can also like just brain dump, get the stuff out of my head where it's not like affecting my everyday life, so I can't be the best me possible. Goal number two, which is a little bit more vague and a bit harder, is building up my self-esteem. I am very, very harshly self-deprecating. It's ridiculous. But one way I can obviously get better in that sense is to, one, lose weight, because a lot of it has to do with my body image, and I have very poor body image. So one, I need to do that for my health, and two, so I can stop giving myself excuses of ways to just attack myself mentally. I'm also trying to get into meditating, like calming my mind, which is kind of jumping off the whole brain dumping thing. Instead of like putting it onto paper and like my bullet journal, instead I can just do it in my brain and just like disappear. I don't know what this is. And the last goal, which is goal number 3, is just being myself. In a way, kind of doing like exposure therapy, showing the real me to people bit by bit by bit, so I get used to it and eventually I'll just be me, the real me that I am, and won't feel like ashamed of it. So if people do see I'm wearing a mask, I have nothing to be ashamed about because they've been seeing it the whole time. So there's that. That one's probably the hardest goal, but I'm working slowly there. First, I'm going to start with my friends, like people I trust, and then slowly extend until I get to the point where like it's not even a goal anymore, it's just life, you know? So yeah, but those are the 3 goals that I'm going to work towards in 2019 to be more positive, more honest with myself, and show the real me to pretty much all the facets of my life and all the people in my life. So here's to that. I'm already getting demotivated. That's not a word. Unmotivated. I can't speak English. But anyway, thoughts on the video. What steps are you taking to make sure that your greatest fear, drama, I know, your greatest fear doesn't become reality? Because honestly, this is mine. It may not seem like the most like horrible thing to some people, but to me it's a very worrying one, and it's one thing that I want to get off my chest and basically show that whoever you are out there who has a similar problem like me, you can work towards it to make it a better situation. It just takes time and a little planning. So here's that. Anyway, I gotta do some homework now and I gotta open my new phone because my old phone is busted. But anyway, that's enough rambling. You'll see a lot of that probably, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you liked the video. Bye.